Good evening. Welcome to Potter's Iron Blood Fitness. We got a great episode ahead tonight. We got some good back and biceps in on this Thursday night. So if you are looking to put on some muscle, you found the right channel. We kept a really good pace tonight. I don't think I talk about it enough on the channel. It's important to keep a good pace when working out. Shouldn't be in there 2-3 hours. I don't think there's an ideal time, but I think anything past 90 minutes is probably really stretching it. So we kicked this day off with some rope and bar pullovers. This has become something semi new to me as far as starting off a back workout with these. I feel like after I hit these in the beginning of the workout, I have an easier time activating my lats and my back throughout the rest of the movements. And if you find something like that where, it gets you jump started, you have to lean on it. It's important. So we started off with some pullovers, and I noticed that when we went to some lat pull downs after this, it was a lot better as far as activating lats, getting a good lat pump. And I think that's just because you've already got them, you've got them warmed up. You've already got a little blood going. And I think the pullovers work best for that without wearing yourself out going into it. This video is just me and Ross tonight. The rest of the gang worked out at different times today, which happens from time to time, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll get a video with everybody in it here in a couple of days. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a different video. Not sure that I'm going to do a workout video tomorrow. I actually am thinking about doing a supplement type podcast, possibly some reviews, that sort of thing. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. Going to go over a bunch of supplements. Going to go through everything that I have. Going to break it down, tell you why I like it, why I don't like it. And that will be our Friday episode. And Saturday we are going to get chest and triceps in. Going to be a 5 sets of 5 bench day. That will be our second week. It'll be our second workout of 5 sets of 5. We're going to run that for, I think, 4 to 5 weeks. See what kind of results come from it. I know everybody has their method as far as bench press goes. I think it's important to pivot when you finally feel like you've hit a wall, and that takes years of experience to find when you've hit a little bit of a plateau, or when you're heading into a plateau. And me and Ross have trained for a few bench competitions now, and we kind of have an idea of when things are getting a little stale. Usually you can tell like back-to-back workouts. Like if you get 2 workouts in and you leave the gym feeling the same on both of them, it's like, okay, we got to ditch 5 sets of 5. Let's move to 3 sets of 3 and some more incline work. Or as you spend years and years in the gym, you'll realize your own patterns, and you'll also learn how to pivot around your own patterns. Okay, so here we hopped into some seated rows. Okay, so yes, this gym has a seated row machine. It's a lat pull down and seated row tower. The only thing that we don't like about it is you can't get a full stretch without hitting the cable, slamming the stack down. So I had the idea of grabbing the calf raise board and bringing it over to this tower, which gave us the ability to really extend at the bottom. As you can see, Ross almost got that handle down by his feet, which is great. You can get a full stretch, full reach. And that was really something that needed to be figured out in this gym. And this will be definitely in the cards moving forward. Sometimes it takes time to look around the gym and be like, hey, you know what? I think we could do this with this. Don't ever settle. If something doesn't feel like you're getting the most out of it, pivot. If you've never tried these are really good to finish up your seated rows with. You've seen me do these at co-movement all the time. Go about halfway up the rope to where you're really using your grip strength to hold on to it. And when you're using your grip strength to hold on to it, you're forcing yourself to squeeze the lats on the way back. And I love finishing seated rows with the rope. Plus, it gives you a little more range of motion because when you pull it to the side of you, you're pulling it past where you usually would for the two-handed attachment. Okay. Today we started off a little different. We did some single arm lat pull downs. And this felt great. I like to do single arm. Look, I had a pump going, like I said, after the pullovers. And I still had a back pump going when we got done with the rows. And I thought, you know what? Let's go right into some single arm, some isolation work, and really squeeze those lats. So what we're doing here is we're trying to bring that elbow down to the hip. And it's a completely different movement. As far as like, this isn't even heavy. This is like 60 or 70 pounds, but it felt at the time with the pump that we had going like it was a good amount. And here we have switched over to the regular lat pull down bar. Figured we'd finish off with some heavy sets here. This was an excellent blueprint as far as a back day goes. Here we went to 200, which was what the stack is. I was really focusing on getting these in as slow as possible. I was out of gas at this point, which is good though. You know, that's where you should be at. So 4 sets of pullovers, 4 sets of cable rows. You know, when you get into that 12th set of a workout, or 11th or 12th, or even anything after 10, you should start to feel fatigue. I think ideal is between 12 and 15 sets of a body part is probably the max. I believe this was the 12th set, and then we got some dumbbell bent over rows in. But yeah, this whole workout in total took about 65 minutes, believe it or not. That's all it took. But like I said, me and Ross keep quite the pace. The second he's done, I'm hopping in, and vice versa. So it's a good way to keep the blood flowing. And like I said, here we are with the 70-pound dumbbell, I believe, getting in some bent over rows. Okay, on to biceps. As you guys, if you follow the channel, um, a couple weeks ago we did a video on arms. It was a full video of arms breakdown, tricep, bicep, everything. And if you watch that video, you know that I had seated cable preacher curls as my number one bicep builder. And they have a great setup here at the House of Swole for that. We were able to slide the preacher machine right on over. And like I said in the video before, the reason this is my number one movement is with the preacher pad there, obviously it's strict form for the most part. I mean, the elbows don't move. You're all the way down, all the way up. And with the cable tension, you have tension the whole entire rep. You have tension at the bottom, you have tension at the top, which gives you such a good bicep pump. So we squeezed a few sets of these in. And generally, most people will put biceps after back. That's why you hear people say back and biceps, because the back movements do require more weight, obviously. But like I've said in the past, I like to base it off of what your focus is at that time period. If you really are trying to grow biceps, I think that should be the first thing that you hit in a bicep and back day. It's going to get your full energy, your full attention. And also you can rotate it. Some weeks you can do back first, some weeks you can do bicep first. But tonight we started with back, and I felt like it was a good choice. I felt like we got a really good one in. And we finished up the night with some dumbbell hammer curls, which was really good finisher. As you can see, I'm trying to bring that up to where your arm would almost be an L. I don't bring it up too high. Trying to keep the tension on the whole time. Would like to give a quick shout out to everybody who supports these videos. My mom, my dad, my wife, my kids who have been in the videos. They're great to watch in these videos. Ross, number one supporter since day one, and puts up with my YouTube aspirations, but the best training partner that there ever was. Skip, Dom, Brett Sutton always shares our videos. Hope he's doing well. Josh Lewis, Co-Movement Gym. We get a lot of good content in at Co-Movement. And everyone who follows the channel and watches our videos and supports them, we appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow.